Sagittarius, 8 silent adjustments that attract more stability. What if the biggest changes in your financial life did not require a single dramatic action? What if the path to stability was not paved with risk, with sacrifice, with some heroic leap of faith, but instead was built quietly, one small invisible adjustment at a time? That is exactly what the stars are revealing for Sagittarius right now. The energy surrounding your sign is not loud or flashy. It is precise. It is surgical. It is moving through the deepest layers of your life and rearranging them in ways that the outside world cannot see yet, but you can feel it. And the 8 silent adjustments I am about to share with you are the specific changes that will align your daily life with the stability you have been craving for longer than you care to admit. Adjustment 1. The first silent adjustment is one that begins the moment you open your eyes each morning. It is about the first thought you allow yourself to think. For years, perhaps decades, your first waking thought has been about a problem, the bill that is due, the ache in your body, the worry about whether there will be enough. That first thought sets the frequency for your entire day. It is like tuning a radio to a station first thing in the morning. Whatever station you choose, that is the music you hear for the next 16 hours. The adjustment is small but transformative. Before your feet touch the floor, before the day's worries have a chance to rush in, you choose a different first thought. Not a denial of your problems, not a pretense that everything is perfect, but a simple, deliberate statement of direction. Today, something good is forming in my life. That is all. One sentence, one breath, one moment of intentional orientation before the day carries you away. This is not positive thinking in the way most people understand it. This is energetic calibration. You are setting the baseline for your nervous system, telling your body and your mind that this day is oriented towards something constructive rather than something threatening. And when your nervous system operates from a baseline of possibility rather than fear, everything shifts. The decisions you make become clearer. The opportunities you notice become more frequent. The interactions you have carry a different quality. Starts with one thought, Sagittarius. One choice made in the quiet space between sleep and waking. And it changes more than you could possibly imagine. Adjustment 2. The second silent adjustment involves the way you handle the small expenses that fill your day. Not the big bills, not the rent or the groceries or the insurance payments. Those are the obvious expenses, the ones everyone tracks. The silent drain on your stability comes from the small, almost invisible expenditures that accumulate without notice. The subscription you forgot about. The convenience purchase you make because you are tired. The item you buy not because you need it but because buying something, anything, provides a brief moment of relief from the weight you carry. This adjustment is not about deprivation. It is not about punishing yourself or living in austerity. It is about awareness. Simply becoming conscious of where the small amounts go. Not judging, not restricting, just noticing. Because awareness all by itself changes behavior. When you start paying attention to the small outflows, 2 things happen. First, you naturally begin to redirect some of that money toward things that actually matter to you. Second, and more importantly, you develop a new relationship with money itself. Instead of something that slips through your fingers like sand, money becomes something you hold with intention. You become the steward of your resources rather than the spectator watching them disappear. This adjustment does not require willpower or discipline. It requires attention. And attention, Sagittarius, is the one resource you have in unlimited supply. Use it here in the small spaces and watch how quickly the leaks seal themselves. Adjustment 3. The third silent adjustment is about what you consume mentally. The conversations you participate in about money. The stories you absorb about the economy, about scarcity, about how hard things are for people your age. The internal dialogue you run on repeat about your own financial history. All of this is mental consumption, and just like physical consumption, it shapes what you become. If you spend your days consuming narratives of lack, your mind builds a reality of lack. If every conversation about money turns into a shared complaint session, your brain learns that money is something to be worried about rather than worked with. The adjustment is not about ignoring reality or avoiding honest conversation. It is about choosing deliberately and consistently to balance the diet. For every conversation about financial struggle, seek out one about financial possibility. For every hour spent absorbing negative news about the economy, spend 15 minutes learning something about money management, about creative income, about people who found abundance in the later chapters of their lives. You are not lying to yourself. You are feeding yourself a more complete truth. Because the truth is not that everything is terrible. The truth is that difficulty and possibility exist simultaneously. And the one you feed is the one that grows. Feed the possibility, Sagittarius. Not exclusively, not naively, but consistently. And your mental landscape will shift in ways that directly impact your financial reality. Adjustment 4. The fourth silent adjustment is physical, and it may surprise you. It is about moving your body. Not for fitness, not for weight loss, not for any of the reasons the world usually associates with exercise. Movement, even gentle movement, shifts the energy in your physical body in ways that directly affect your financial life. When you are sedentary, energy stagnates. When energy stagnates, creativity diminishes, motivation drops, and the mental clarity you need to make good financial decisions becomes foggy. A 10-minute walk changes this. Not a power walk, not a jog, not anything that feels like punishment. A gentle, intentional walk where you breathe deeply and let your thoughts wander. This kind of movement opens channels in your body that have been closed. It stimulates the parts of your brain that generate solutions. It shifts your emotional state from heavy to light, from stuck to flowing. The connection between physical movement and financial abundance may seem abstract, but it is one of the most well-documented patterns in human performance. People who move their bodies regularly make better decisions, see more opportunities, and respond to challenges with greater creativity. The adjustment is silent because no one sees it happening. You simply start walking, 10 minutes a day, and within weeks, the mental fog that has been clouding your financial thinking begins to clear, and the path forward reveals itself with a clarity that has been missing for a long time. Adjustment 5. The fifth silent adjustment addresses something that Sagittarius often overlooks because it feels mundane. Your physical environment. The spaces where you spend most of your time, your kitchen table, your bedroom, your desk if you have one, these spaces carry energy. And the energy they carry directly influences the thoughts you think and the decisions you make when you are in them. A cluttered space produces cluttered thinking. A disorganized environment creates a sense of being overwhelmed that follows you into every area of your life, including your finances. The adjustment here is not a full renovation. It is a quiet, gradual process of bringing order to one small area at a time. This week, perhaps you organize the place where your mail collects. Next week, you clear the surface where you sit to pay bills. The week after, you sort through the papers you have been avoiding. Each small act of organization sends a signal to your subconscious that you are taking control. And that sense of control, even over something as simple as a kitchen drawer, expands outward into every other area of your life. You will find that after organizing your physical space, your thoughts about money become clearer. Your anxiety decreases. Your ability to plan improves. This is not metaphor, Sagittarius. This is neuroscience. Your brain responds to your environment, and when your environment reflects order and intention, your brain operates with order and intention. Silently, steadily, one drawer at a time, you build the foundation of a more stable life. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Adjustment 6. The sixth silent adjustment involves the way you speak to yourself about your own capabilities. Not your self-talk in general, but specifically the way you assess your own ability to handle money, to make financial decisions, to navigate the economic realities of your life. Many Sagittarius souls carry a quiet narrative that says, "I am not good with money." This narrative may have started in childhood, reinforced by a parent's offhand comment or a teacher's disapproval. It may have been cemented by a financial mistake in your 20s or 30s that you have never forgiven yourself for. Whatever its origin, this narrative has been running in the background of your life like a program you forgot you installed, quietly shaping every financial decision you make. The adjustment is to identify that narrative and begin, gently, to rewrite it. Not with affirmations that feel hollow or declarations that feel dishonest, but with evidence. Actual evidence from your own life. The times you stretched a paycheck further than seemed possible. The times you found a way to provide for your family when the numbers said it could not be done. The times you made sacrifices that required enormous financial intelligence, even if no one called it that. You are good with money, Sagittarius. You have been surviving and navigating and creating stability in conditions that would have broken someone less capable. The problem is not your ability. The problem is the story you have been telling yourself about your ability. Change the story and you change the result. This is one of the most powerful silent adjustments you can make, and its effects will ripple outward into every financial decision you make from this day forward. Adjustment 7. The seventh silent adjustment is about gratitude, but not the kind you have heard about 1,000 times before. This is not about keeping a gratitude journal or listing 5 things you are thankful for each morning, though those practices have value. This is about developing a specific, targeted gratitude for money itself. For the money you have right now, however small the amount. For the bills it allows you to pay. For the food it puts on your table. For the roof it keeps over your head. Most people resent their money situation. They look at what they have and feel frustrated by what it lacks rather than grateful for what it provides. But resentment is an energy that repels abundance. When you resent your money, you send an energetic message that says, "What I have is not enough." And the universe, which operates on the principle of resonance, responds by reflecting that belief back to you. More not enough. More barely getting by. More frustration. The adjustment is to reverse that signal. To look at the money in your account, however modest, and say, "Thank you." Not sarcastically, not grudgingly, with genuine appreciation for the fact that it exists, that it is there, that it is doing its job. When you appreciate what you have, you change the frequency of your relationship with money. You move from resentment to gratitude, from scarcity to sufficiency, from pushing money away to inviting more of it in. This adjustment costs nothing, takes less than a minute, and it has the power to fundamentally reshape the flow of resources in your life. Adjustment 8. The eighth and final silent adjustment is the simplest of all, and yet it is the one that makes every other adjustment sustainable. You must begin to rest without guilt. Sagittarius, you have spent a lifetime believing that your worth is tied to your productivity. If you are not working, you are wasting time. If you are not being useful, you are being selfish. If you are resting, you should be doing something, anything that moves the needle forward. This belief has exhausted you. It has drained your creative reserves, dulled your intuition, and kept you in a state of chronic fatigue that makes clear thinking about money nearly impossible. The adjustment is to rest, not as a reward for completing tasks but as a practice in itself. To sit in a chair and breathe without reaching for a task. To take an afternoon nap without setting an alarm out of guilt. To spend an entire evening doing nothing and allowing yourself to feel good about it. Rest is not the absence of productivity. Rest is the foundation of productivity. Every great idea, every inspired decision, every creative solution in the history of human achievement was born not in a moment of frantic activity, but in a moment of quiet, restored clarity. When you rest, you refill the well. When you refill the well, your thinking sharpens, your intuition strengthens, your emotional resilience grows. And from that place of restoration, the financial decisions you make are wiser, calmer, and more aligned with your true goals. Rest, Sagittarius, not because you have earned it, but because you need it. And because the stability you are seeking cannot be built on an exhausted foundation. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting, it's about moving. 8 adjustments, none of them loud, none of them dramatic, none of them requiring money you do not have or energy you cannot spare. And yet, taken together, they form a complete renovation of the invisible architecture of your daily life. The architecture that determines whether money flows to you or away from you, whether stability grows or crumbles, whether the next chapter of your life feels like a burden or a blessing. You do not need to make all 8 changes at once. Start with 1. Let it settle into your routine until it becomes automatic. Then add another, and another, because stability is not built in a single moment of heroic effort. It is built in the quiet accumulation of small, intentional choices made day after day after day. And you, Sagittarius, are more capable of that kind of patient, persistent building than you have ever given yourself credit for. The stars confirm it. Your spirit knows it. And now your conscious mind has the map. Follow it. You have 2 options after this video. Close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.